live room. Hey guys, so we're back again with another video. This time we're going to do a tour of the live room. So yeah, come in. Alright guys, so we're here. When we come into the live room, first thing you see is the live room. But anyway, it's quite a small room. Actually, the whole thing is about 5 meters by 5. So, and the ceiling's roughly about 3 meters, 3.5 maybe. So nothing special. It's not soundproofed, this room, but you know, we get by because we're lucky to live in a quite a quiet area. But we have a booth which is soundproof, and that's for like recording vocals and anything that's basically you know, you need soundproof. Anything that's quiet that you need to record in a soundproof room, then you do that in the booth. So I have a drum kit right here, and it's a Tama Rockstar, which is the first good drum kit that I've ever bought in my life. Back in the year 2000 in Sydney, Australia, from Drum Centre. Shout out to Drum Centre. Got quite a good deal, and through the years touring and that, and just recording a bunch of musicians, you know, you get some bashing on these drums, but they're still good. You know, just changed the heads recently, and they're already bashed in from the recordings that we've done. Anyway, we've got some minor cymbals here, some crashes and rides and chinas. We've got some other cymbals in the storage as well, and a few other snare drums, Tama snare drums as well, and a Ludwig Black Beauty somewhere over there, and some other percussion stuff in the storage like bongos and wind chimes and tambourines and maracas, things like that. So things that studios should have. And over here we have an upright piano, a Yamaha, made in Indonesia. At the time I got it for about $5,000, which is quite expensive actually, because probably due to tax and stuff like that. Anyway, it's a good piano. Recorded quite a lot. I've got a mandolin there, hardly use it, once in a while. It's not a very good one anyway, so it's a student one, a beginner's one. And we've got a few amps here, Aguila bass amp, Tone Hammer 500. Yeah, my main bass amp. I used to have a Laney, but sold it and got this one. Yeah, quite happy about it as well. Got a Roy R121, a ribbon microphone. There you go. Mainly for guitars, sometimes acoustic guitars, sometimes room mic, mainly guitar cabs. Got a Vox AC30, classic Vox AC30 in a maroon Bronco color, limited edition. So this is my main cabinet or amp to record through, because mostly I do like a lot of pop stuff and pop rock and alternative rock, things like that. So hardly any metal. Anyway, and I've got a Frontman 212R Fender, which is really a practice amp. Sometimes we have kids here practicing, like band practice, things like that, so they go through that amp. Got a Marshall cab here from the 80s. Actually, my brother got it second hand, or maybe third hand, I'm not sure, but anyway, got it from this guy in Sydney back in 1998 probably. It's quite old. It still works, sounds good. Got a bass here, a Spectre, I'm not sure what the model is, but a 5-string Spectre. This is quite new, just acquired it recently. Beautiful bass, gold hardware, 5-string EMG pickups. Oops. One piece neck through, not one piece, but neck through. Good sounding bass there. Okay, and we've got a few good mics here. Well, you be the judge of that. It's a Neumann U87s. Got a pair here, mainly for overheads, sometimes stereo acoustic guitars or some room mics. Yeah. Okay. And got some guitars here. I've got more actually. I've got what's here right now. This is probably the Chauvel. Got EMGs on it, and this is the SG Gibson SG standard, which has been modded. The bridge pickups actually EMG 81, and this is just for practice for vocal when the kids come and practice here. And we've got some things organized here, some XLR cables, some guitar cables here, different baskets, and some storage area here. Very messy. And here we've got double doors, glass doors through into the booth. Somewhat soundproof, not, you know, can't be 100%, but I'd say about 75 or 80% soundproof. We've got some curtains, you know, for more sound absorption when you need it. Double glass panels. This is actually on an angle, this glass panel on the inside here, just to kind of deviate the sound waves from directly bouncing back to the microphone when the singer or the artist is standing here, you know, like that. So hopefully, you know, it hits the glass and then it deviates and goes down on an angle to the ground. And we've got some, on the walls here, we've got some tiles, rough tiles. Before we used to have the foams, like absorption foam, like on the ceiling, like all over the place. And it sounded too dead. So I decided to, and it didn't look good at all. So I decided to have these tiles installed instead. So it looks better. And I think it sounds better. It sounds more natural, I think. We've got some wood panels here on the back wall. We've got some cabinets here, which they actually stay here for good. This is Jet City 3x3 amplification cab, and that's the Marshall cabinet, which is the same set that came with the Joe Satriani head that I showed you on the last video. Got some preamps here on the 500 series, the Radial Workhorse. Got some couple of APIs, API 512Cs and the BAE 73 MPL, mostly for, you know, vocals and things like that, acoustic guitars, because, you know, I sort of want to minimize the mic cable run. So, you know, just go directly to the preamp, and then you can run a longer line signal to the mixer. So yeah, a couple of power supplies for a couple of mics here. The black one is for the U47 clone that I've got, and the bottom one is for the Telefunken Lam 251E. So yeah, this is one of the mics here. This is the clone of the Neumann U47, made by a guy named Martin Cantola, I think. Yeah, I think his last name Cantola. Martin. So it's a good guy, very hardworking, and this is made in his studio. It's called Nordic Audio Labs. It sounds very good. I haven't heard, like, in person the real actual vintage Neumann UD47, but from what I've heard online, comparing this mic to a vintage one, this one sounds quite good and very close in sound, and actually it doesn't have tube in there, so you can just power it up and get to work. So this is basically our workhorse microphone, so we can just turn it on, get to work. It sounds great. And we've got another mic here. I want to show you a special one. Always keep in a case. This Telefunken Lam 251E, or Lam 251. A lot of people might like to call it. It's a tube microphone. It's Telefunken's flagship microphone, or one of the flagship microphones. So very good sound. Actually, the same model as many artists out there that use that have recorded on it, like Celine Dion and Beyonce and many other folks. Alright, cool. Yeah, and that's about it. I mean, apart from having monitors here for the artists to see what the engineer's doing, producers doing, pointing to a certain clip that they want to emphasize or things like that. And you've got CCTV. You can see the studio there, the control room. And we do a lot of dubbing here as well, like So we have the movie on here, monitor, so that our voice talents can see what they're doing, see the movie and things like that. So, and we've got line of sight from the booth to the live room as well. As you can see, maybe the camera can come here and look out over there. So you have line of sight. If you're an artist, I can set you up over here, standing right here. You can see the musicians there. Well, before we used to have the drums facing this way, so we could do that as well. You know, set up the drums facing this way, so you can see the drummer and the guitarist over there, or the other second guitarist and the bass player here, or the keyboardist. You know, or if you have like a producer that wants to be in the same, like sort of be in the room with the musicians, they can be over there. We have a couch there. We've got some headphones there from the monitoring system that we use, which is the hearback system, so they can make their own mixes on their little mixer here. So we've got a few of those all lying around the studio in the control room as well. So yeah, we've got quite a good setup going on. It's a small place, but you know, work gets done here. So that's it, guys. Any questions or comments or anything that you guys want me to look at, please let me know down in the comments area. Please subscribe, give us a like if you like this video, comment, share, subscribe, please, and more of awesome stuff to come, I promise. Okay, see you soon.